Okay, Tony, firstly congratulations with the win against Hull. Did it go according to plan, that game?
Yeah, I think it was a pretty decent performance. I think it was pretty solid, and it was good for us. It was against a very, very good defensive team. They are structurally they're very good, Hull, in terms of defence, and they're hard to break down. So it's probably what we needed in terms of patience and handling, a team that are good on their own try line, and we had to handle getting into their territory and maintaining that territory and applying pressure. So yeah, it was good for us. I think we learnt some valuable lessons from the previous outing and implemented some of that last weekend.
Do you think the defeat to St Helens here counts for anything going to play them at their place now?
Not a whole lot. I don't think. I think it's an all new ball game, and it's a different week, and possibly some different players and different team and all that sort of stuff, as well as it's a different game right from the kick-off. Things happen differently, and it's how teams take their opportunities, create opportunities, handle the pressure of the outcome of the game, and whether they're focused on that or just focused on doing a good job on the field, and all those sort of things that can add as distractions to what is actually needed on the pitch, and that's a good performance.
Now you're 80 minutes away from the grand final. Do you go into it just like any other game?
Oh well, you go into it hoping to play well, and you're hoping to do your best and apply your best skill and your best tackles and your best kicks and your best passes and catches, and if you do that, it gives you a chance to progress beyond. But all I ever ask from the players is that they try and produce their best and cope with all the outside pressures, or put all those things aside as best they can, and go and do what they can do on the field in the best way they possibly can. If they do that, well, gives them a good chance of coming out the other side. But some days I've even seen that where you play very good and get beaten. This is the time of the year where that could happen. It's very good teams left in this competition, but if we play near our best, we take some stopping as well.
And did it go according to plan, do you think, with the club call? Is that what you were expecting to happen?
Yes. Surprise, surprise, the lowest ranked team was picked. That's what happens each and every year, and so far, maybe one of these days when somebody might surprise us and choose something other than that. But
do you think you'll ever get to like the club call system?
Probably not. I'm not sure. Listen, I suppose I should toe the company line and say it's the best initiative that the rugby league's ever come out with, and but that wouldn't be fair either. If it's good, we should say it's good, and if there's disagreement to it. My biggest beef about it is that it adds more confusion to what is already a fairly confusing playoff system to understand. And I'd like to be trying to simplify things so more people from outside our sport can be attracted to our sport, because I think we've got a terrific sport. If people understand it more and understand our playoff systems better, I think they would buy into it, because it can be exciting, and it's fantastic gladiatorial sport, and I just think we should be simplifying things rather than complicating it. And I just see the club call as another complication. Some people see it as an initiative, but we're all entitled to our differing opinions, and as long as we convey them in a respectful and orderly manner, I think that's healthy for our sport as well.
Do you find you have to explain to people quite a lot how the system works, including your own players?
Yeah, including my own family at times, and yes, it's not easy. It's not straightforward. A top 8 system, whichever system you adopt, and I know the Australians adjusted to our system, which was actually the Aussie rules system originally. And it's not an easy system to understand. Any top 8, whenever you have a top 8 system, it's not easy. There's other systems that are easier, but it means less numbers. It's not only the complicated, top 8 playoff series that it's. My beef is also that just when over half the competition get through to the final playoffs, I'm not sure if that's enough reward. I'm certainly differing to, first across the post gets the, we're a different sport to football, for instance, where they crown the first across the post. We're a different sport, but when you look at a lot of major sports, there are playoff systems. Even football itself, when it comes to the World Cup, you've got to go through a playoff system to become the world champion, or the World Cup champion. And most, even through the Olympics, whilst you have to run well through the heats, even if you run a world record time in the heats, you don't get the gold medal. It's the finals, and I've been brought up on a sport in Australia that's how it's been. So I'm much more accepting of a playoff type system. But I think rugby league will never go back to first across the line. I think it's going to always be a playoff process. But I think if we've got 14 teams, which I think is probably too many teams in Super League, 6 would probably be better. Over half the team making the finals, I'm not a big fan of.
Do you think it's right that a team that loses gets a second chance?
Yeah, I do. Particularly when there's 8 teams go through, I would think it would be a real travesty if 7 and 8 went through to win it, and 1 and 2 didn't get a second chance. I think it's reward for where you finish, and there's got to be some incentive to try and finish up near the top, and I think that does happen in the current system, but you can still have that sort of in other systems, in top 6s, etc. You can have a built-in safety net and reward system for teams who perform well throughout the season. I do like the fact that the people can win from outside, 1 and 2 or 3. That's good, but it still they should have to work a lot harder than the teams that have been consistent throughout the season.
Looking ahead to the Saints game now, how much will the team change from the team that came out against Hull? Are you envisaging making many changes?
There won't be many changes. Listen, we weren't far off full strength last week, and we've got 2 more back available for a selection this week, more than likely anyway. In Carvel, who I'm pretty confident will be available for selection, and also Ben Westwood is hopeful. We'll give him a little later in the week. So aside from that, those 2 are back available.
You would risk Westwood after he's been out for so long?
If Benny's fit and healthy, I'll play him. Yeah, he's a super player, and he's, pardon the pun, but his form has been terrific, and you know what you're going to get from Benny. He's going to give wholehearted, effort on each and every occasion, and I'm one of his biggest supporters. And
it's great that he's been recognised as being a nominee for the Man of Steel. Without a doubt,
yeah, fantastic. That's from his peers, and Benny plays it rough and tough, and for them to say he is up in the top 3 is a great achievement, and he's certainly in good company there with Sam and James, but I think he epitomises even the name Man of Steel. He gets out there and performs hard and tough and consistent.
So, if Warrington can get past the St Helens hurdle, who's your money on in the other half of the draw?
I'm not into predicting rugby league results or any sort of sporting results. That's the beauty of sport. While there may be favourites, there's always upsets amidst, and I'm just concentrating on and helping my team perform to its best. And if we can achieve that, we'll give ourselves a chance.
Okay, Tony. Good luck at the weekend, and hopefully you'll be in the grand final.
That'd be nice.